Okay, well, good morning. What you're going to want to do for this taste testing, hopefully you can see this here. I'll just bring it down here. Okay, so what I have set up here is like a copy of the tongue from the PowerPoint that I'll attach. And so at the top, you're going to have something sweet. I also just have a little sugar there. And so imagine this is your tongue. So you're going to want to test something sweet at the tip, salty here, sour here, and I just have a couple limes. For bitter, you might want to try some coffee. I don't necessarily recommend it. Now, for those of you who got these little M berries, I just happened to have found one that I had had for a while. So if you want to, go ahead and get that set up. Don't take your little M berry yet. We're going to do some experiments first. Okay, now the trick, once you get your taste stuff set up, look at your little tongue pattern from our PowerPoint. And what you're going to want to do just to test this, now I think biology professors and teachers have said this is a myth. There's all kinds of different parts of taste on your tongue. So that's true, but let's just practice it. And so according to, now let me just pull this up. Okay. And I would also recommend having some water. Now, if we were in the classroom, students usually just go right into just tasting it. But what you want to do is you want to take something sweet. I just have some Fruit Loops. And first you can try something like plugging your nose and just maybe even closing your eyes and randomly picking up different colored cereals. And that will show you how influential our senses are to our tastes. And then what you want to do is like get something sweet, stick your tongue out, and just keep it out. Like put the sugar or anything sweet on the end of your tongue, but don't like put the tongue back in your mouth. Like actually feel the sensation of that. Same thing with something salty. I just have some pretzel things and some popcorn. So again, on the side, and then you're going to want to do the sour, and like I said, bitter would go in the back. And how I kind of like to explain it is I think about our tastes as far as stuff that's palatable as almost like as we're growing up as kids, and kids like sweet stuff notoriously. And so that would be the first part of the tongue. And there's a lot of sweet stuff in nature that isn't harmful. And then I imagine gradually getting into something salty, as we kind of mature. And then sour, I always think about like in middle school, like kids always had those Sour Patch Kids. And so it's kind of gradually kind of go back with these tastes, sweet, salty, sour, and then bitters at the very end. And some of the dangerous stuff in nature tastes bitter. So again, it's just a theory. I don't think there's too much scientific analysis behind that, but anyway, so you can just kind of play around with that, have fun, like I said, closing your eyes, closing your nose, seeing if you can detect different tastes. And then when you play around with that a little bit, for those of you who have the M berry, you can go ahead and do that. Put the M berry on your tongue and just let it dissolve. It has to be completely dissolved before anything will work. So go ahead, and those of you who have it, do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so after that has completely dissolved on your tongue, then you can have some fun. I've tried a little jalapeno, pepper, and you'll just notice everything kind of tastes sweet. It's fun to try some lime juice or just straight lemon and limes, and it'll taste like lemonade. Have some fun, be careful. Remember that like if the jalapeno tastes sweet on your tongue, it might not taste so good on your throat. So just be mindful of that. And of course, obviously, if you have allergies and things like that, use your own precautions. But hope you have fun with it, and we'll see you soon.